Hello, everyone. This is Devan Edwards, aka Devan the Connector, connecting you to knowledge that will empower yourself. Hope all is amazing. I'm going to share with you 4 ways to develop good habits that stick, that's helped me, and could potentially help you if you choose. And drop a replay and a button for anyone that's about to watch this later on. If you're watching the replay of this, just drop a replay in the comments below. And for those who are tuning in now, welcome. So, habits. I'm all about healthy habits and striving to form better, healthy habits in every aspect of my life. And I mean, sharing where I can. And with habits, we all have a desire to form good habits that will make our lives better, whether it's eating healthily, exercising more, or getting more organized. Forming habits really takes like some work, and you have to put some effort in. And I remember listening to I was on a call yesterday and heard a Napoleon Hill quote, which was, "Decisions without actions are worthless." So we may decide to even form a habit or decide we want to adopt this habit, but we need to act upon it. And often we don't act upon it in the right measures enough for it to matter. And you might find that when you try to develop good habits, you're able to stick with them for a while before losing your motivation and quitting. And this can become like incredibly frustrating if it happens often. So I'm going to share with you 4 ways where you can develop good habits and make them stick. So the first way that's helped me is, I always say, dream big, start small, act now. But the main thing in that equation is not the main thing, but a key thing in that equation is starting small. And let me just fix this phone. So yeah, starting small. So a majority of people are looking to create significant change in their life as quickly as they can. The problem with this approach is that forming good habits is that it requires a lot of willpower. You have to be willing. And research has shown that like willpower works a lot like a muscle. And if you use it a lot, it will tend to get tired and will increase your chances of quitting. So it's something that has to be gradually measured. Like, for example, have you heard that analogy where if you throw a frog into boiling water, he'll immediately jump out. Whereas if you gradually put the frog in water and gradually turn up the temperature, it will never jump out and it will boil. And I'm not saying boil any frogs right now, but that's just the analogy. And so the solution is really to start small and focus on establishing the new habit first. And because you never want to increase your effort before the habit becomes a natural part of what you do every day. So if you want to become better at push-ups, start with 5 push-ups. If you feel comfortable doing 5 push-ups, increase it to 10. And the same goes with everything. Eating healthily. If you don't eat salad, eat 1 cucumber. Eat 1 cucumber a day until you're ready to go to the tomatoes or the lettuce or wherever it may be. I mean, whatever applies to you in your life, that's where you can start small and start establishing that habit. Number 2 is get hooked.
Yeah. Text me who is it supposed to, whether it's to you or Ray. Okay, all right, no problem.
Sorry, noise. So number 2 is get hooked, or as Sylvester Stallone likes to say, get fixated, or get really invested in what you're doing. So when you've invested a lot of effort into completing a new project, it can be challenging to let that project go, and you can use this tendency to your advantage. So I don't know if you heard the comedian Jerry Seinfeld, one of the most successful comedians. He used what you call "don't break the chain," and to become a better comedian. And he committed to writing a new joke every day. And when he completed his writing for the day, he would mark the day on the calendar with a big red cross. And then after a couple of days, he had a chain that he didn't want to break. This strategy created a visual reminder for him to put in the effort that he invested to form that new habit, and he eventually did form that habit, and it helped amazingly. And another thing as well is like when you may be scheduling or journaling, and that's a great way to get fixated on your goal. Like have a vision board in front of you or even around your house that's giving you a visual reminder of the goals or the things that you set out to do. Like, for example, if you want to eat healthy, you better put something that's associated with that desired goal of health, or the desired goal of wealth, or a desired goal of anything in every aspect of your life. Make sure there's a visual reminder. So you're not only saying it to yourself, you're seeing it. You're activating every sense in your body. Okay. And number 3 is celebrate the small wins. So, those micro wins lead to macro wins. That's what I always say. And most people are actually better at beating themselves up for poor performance than they are about rewarding themselves for a good one. That's the sad reality. And I'm not gonna lie, like back in the day, a few years back, that was me. I was someone who would self-sabotage myself, saying, yeah, I did good. That's okay. We'll do, just got to do better next time. But I never really enjoyed the moment. I never used to enjoy the moment of celebrating in that moment and just celebrating myself for an achievement, And think about an achievement that you have in your life that you can just really celebrate in that moment. Because like I say, give yourself a praise and then give yourself a push. So reward yourself, praise yourself for that moment, for that achievement, and allow that to fuel your ambition to move forward and improve on that solution or improve on that thing that you achieved, and in a healthy manner. So that's good ways of forming the habits. And when it comes to forming new habits, like celebrating your progress is a key factor in motivation, like self-motivation. Like this is how like I self-motivate myself, by like literally celebrating my progress, because you have to be impatient to progress and patient to success. So every time you make progress towards your new habit, no matter how small, make sure you reward yourself and in a result that will increase your feelings of achievement and fulfillment and pride and whatnot, all these other things. So number 4 is my favorite. Number 4 is surround yourself with support. Support can come in the forms of books, functions like events or associations, people that you're hanging around with. And I'm so happy and grateful that I'm in a community where people are thinking of an abundant mindset and want to grow in every aspect of their life, whether it's physical, financial, emotional, mentally, spiritually. And if there's something you're missing in your life, I would definitely encourage you to seek that. Because the circle of people in our lives has a surprisingly significant effect on our behavior, not even effect, impact on our behavior. And one way to dramatically increase your chances of success in forming new habits is to make sure you have the right people in your corner. Because that's why people have accountability partners, accountability groups. Make sure you're in the environment of a group where they're encouraging you or steering you in the right direction towards your goal. Because when forming habits as well, everyone needs support. Support helps. It helps push you further towards your goal and maintain that habit that you're developing, and maintain the motion and the desire to actually carry on. So yeah, forming new habits takes time and practice. But with these 4 tips, you can be well on your way to creating a life of not only happiness, but like total freedom. And again, the four ways are starting small, get hooked, fixated, invested in the habit. Number 3, celebrate the macro wins, because it leads to celebrate the small wins, i.e. the micro wins, because it leads to macro wins. And number 4 is surround yourself with support, whether it be communities or whatnot. You can find a lot of Facebook groups as well, or wherever you may be. Find something where you know you're supported and welcomed. And without further ado, that is the 4 tips. So put in the comments below which tip you liked about developing a good habit. What habits are you looking to develop right now? Put that in the comments also. And also, I would like you to drop a fire in the comments if you found value in this video. I also want to extend an invitation. So if you're actually looking to develop good habits, let me know, because we have what we call a proven training system, which is a workout tool for the brain to help develop the mental functions, the mental capacity to form these good habits, whether it's multitasking, more focus, awareness, whatever it may be. So again, drop a fire in the comments below. DM me or message me if you want more info on that. Stay empowered. Share, like, subscribe, whatever it may be. Share this with someone who may find value in this. Stay empowered, and just remember, the connection continues. Take care.